Anything about how the golf, there he goes. And then we have some pictures of him when he arrived back at the White House. You saw that scene there, thousands and thousands of people out cheering. Well, he drove past that on the way, and that's a photo that will, that'll probably be one that lives for a while. As he was going back in, 45, President Trump, the 45th president of the United States, going back into the White House. We've heard a little from him since then, but not a whole lot. CNBC's Kayla Tausche is in Washington following the president for us today. What do we know about golf and going forward to now? And then we'll talk about later.
Well, Shep, it was about 4 hours between when that original call came and when the president returned to the White House. He spent much of that time on the golf course and sort of enjoying the company that was with him. But privately, aides say that he was fuming, not just because of the call that was made, but also because of a perceived lack of support from those that were working for him, not only in the White House, but also on the campaign. And the campaign manager, Bill Stepien, and the deputy campaign manager, Justin Clark, tried to speak directly to that in a call earlier this morning with donors and organizers, where they urged supporters to stay at the ready to attend rallies and protests and fights for the president as he continues this legal challenge going forward, and sort of echoing the president's tweets and statements, even as questionable as some of those, the language in those have been, which is why we're not going to show them to you, but essentially trying to vocalize their support for the president in the way that he feels he wants to respond to this development. Staffers at the White House are acknowledging that the end of the campaign and the end of the president's tenure at this point sort of feels more like a whimper than a bang, and coupled with an air of frustration as well. Many of them are working from home, and there is a new wave of coronavirus inside the White House as well, with the White House Chief of Staff, Mark Meadows, and as many at this hour as 3 additional staffers testing positive. Many of them were already working from home. They were tying up loose ends when it became clear to them in recent days that the election was going to go in Biden's direction. Remember, Meadows in recent days has been around the president, not wearing a mask. He had been in the East Room for the gathering on election night as they watched the returns come in. So there is some caution about potential exposure among people who have even been on the complex at the White House. Senior administration officials say that as of today, there is still no discussion of a professional concession or an official concession. And that's in the president's inner circle as well. But Mick Mulvaney, the former chief of staff, writes in the Wall Street Journal, voters need the election to be fully litigated. The U.S. needs to know the winner is actually the winner. And once Americans know that, I have every expectation Mr. Trump will act and speak like a president should. Shep?
And he'll be. Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.